everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse JLA Aquaman. This is based off of the JLA comics from the late 90s, the Morrison run. This is Aquaman with his hook for his hand, making him a badass. I pre-ordered this guy from the McFarlane toy store, utilized the bundle discount and the coupon code, got him for a pretty fair price, and they arrived today. Funny thing is, I found the entire wave at Target about a week ago, but they were all the Platinum Chase variants, so now I have both versions and the collection is complete. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts. McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus. DC Multiverse Aquaman. Collect to build Plastic Man. This is the third of 4 figures you need to complete Plastic Man. Here he is in the package. We have no traditional accessories, display stand, collector's card, and Plastic Man's arms. One side of the package, Aquaman from JLA. Other side, Aquaman. At the bottom, there is his barcode, if that helps anybody. Notice it says DC Gaming Wave. There's nothing gaming about this guy at all. He's from the comics. And the barcode is going to be the same as the Platinum version. On the back side, here's Plastic Man. Here's the piece you get with Aquaman. Here's instructions how to build Plastic Man. And here's the rest of the wave. So with no further ado, let's open him up. And like I said, I did get the regular version today, but I also had the Platinum Chase variant from a few days ago. Having both versions for this video. I did get the entire wave from the McFarlane toy store. These are all 4 of the regular versions for this wave. Alright, now that these figures out of the package, here they are with all their accessories laid out. They don't come with any traditional Aquaman accessories, but they both have a display stand, a collector's card, and then Plastic Man's arms. Before you take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the figures. So this is Aquaman in his pure 90s glory. They tried to make Aquaman a badass and revamp him in the 90s. A lot stronger, he's got the hook for a hand, armor, etc, etc. Now we have both the regular version left and the Platinum Chase version on the right. The regular one is based off the 90s JLA comics, and the Platinum Chase variant, as best as I can tell, is sort of an homage to the Total Justice action figure line. He was painted the same way, but had some crazy armor on top of that. So let's take a look at them. Starting with his head, he's got the bearded look, long blonde hair, and has a pretty good paint job. You can see it's got some blonde, some brown mixed in there. He's got the silver armor covering one arm and part of his torso. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. Looks like they're reusing the previous Aquaman legs. And for a company like McFarlane that typically over-texturizes their figures, it's interesting to see the scales simply painted on there, but that's because they're reusing these existing legs. We have the Aquaman logo on the belt, and of course the hook for a hand. And then we have the Platinum Chase variant. He's got the black armor on top, and the lighter green on the pants. Everything else is pretty much the same. The gold in his belt and hand is a little bit different. And like I said, the only thing I can really think of is the homage to the Total Justice action figures. He had the dark armor, light green on the pants, except some crazy armor on top that I think was removable. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Looks pretty good. Looks like a more modern version of Aquaman, the sort of tough guy version. Now let's check out their accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand. Typical McFarlane display stand we've seen a million times before. It's a black circle, thin, basic. Now for his collector's card. We have the regular version on the left and the Platinum Chase version on the right, and they're 100% identical. They could do something a little bit different, like maybe put a platinum border around them. They used to do things like that. As you can see, it's Aquaman from one of the covers of JLA. Aquaman from JLA. On the back side there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. And now for Plastic Man's arms. These are his regular arms, not his outstretched arms. And if you really wanted to, you could actually complete Plastic Man by simply buying Batman, Green Lantern, and Superman, and not getting Aquaman at all. But then you would have the stretch out arms, not the regular arms. And personally, I prefer the regular arms. But that being said, here they are. And if you buy the entire wave of 4 figures, you get to collect to build Plastic Man, a sort of C-lister in the Justice League. And since I bought all the figures in the wave, regular Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, then the Platinum Aquaman, Green Lantern, and Superman, I got enough parts to build 2 completed versions of Plastic Man. One with the stretched out pieces, and one without. Now somebody had asked me if I could find out what hand would work on him as a gripping hand. This Aquaman only comes with a fisted hand, so he can't hold a traditional trident. I think they should have come with a gripping hand. That's my preferred type of hand if you only get one. So I took the hand off of the stealth suit Aquaman from the movie. Skin color is a decent match. It's not perfect. As long as you heat them up, you can swap them and it looks okay. Next, to look at the differences between these two figures. And besides the obvious paint differences, they're 100% the same figure, same sculpt, same articulation, so let's take a look. Start with their heads, exactly the same. Their bodies are the same, but the silver armor is black on this guy. The gold on the hook is a little bit different, same with the gold on the belt. And then he's got sort of a neon green here and a darker green here. Beyond that, everything else is the same. Now I'm going to check out the reuse and differences between this Justice League of America Aquaman and the original Justice League Endless Winter version. Now, as far as I can tell, it looks like they have the exact same area from the waist down. Pretty much everything from the top is different. But it does look like they have the exact same hair. So let's take a look. First thought was they had the same head because they both have beard, but it's definitely a different head. You can see he has the eyebrow up top. Beard's a little bit different, but the hair is definitely the same. You can see even that little strand there is on both of them. So we put this hair on top of this new head. The torso is completely different. This guy has the suit, the scales. This guy's bare-chested. If you go further down, diaper area is the same. Legs are the same. Has the same fins on the back, etc. And all of these figures use the same legs and waist. Hell, all these figures except for the JLA Aquaman use the exact same body from the neck down. So it's kind of refreshing that we have at least a little bit of a different Aquaman figure, although still quite a bit of reuse. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing at around 7.1, 7.2 inches tall, which can translate to about 18 centimeters. And for his articulation, starting with his head, of course, it can rotate side to side. The hair can get completely over the shoulders. Can't look up too much, but down about that far. Can't tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes up about 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got a butterfly ring between his shoulder and chest, increasing the range of motion and covering the gap that would be there. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbows. His wrists can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. In his torso, he's got a ball joint, rotate around, forward and back. Another one in his waist, rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, pretty good range of motion in the torso area. He's got a little bit of a gap there, which can look ugly depending on how you pose the guy. Legs, complete as splits, McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is minimal. Then go forward about that far, go to the side, even more. Back, not much. Double jointed knees. And then his ankle. Forward and back. Rotate. Tilt, rock, and of course, toe articulation. And on the other side of things, his hook for a hand can rotate. Here's Aquaman swimming through the ocean sea. Here's a look at the JLA Aquaman riding on top of his seahorse Storm. And here's a look at both these Aquaman figures staying together, showing off their hooks in front of Atlantis. Now let's check them out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Aquaman figures. Here they are, next to the Justice League Endless Winter Aquaman. And here, next to the Flashpoint Aquaman. Then, next to the Page Puncher Aquaman. And here, next to the DC Classics Aquaman. And now, with the Jason Momoa, Zack Snyder's Justice League Aquaman. Then, with the Jason Momoa Aquaman from Aquaman 2. Here are all of the McFarlane DC Multiverse Aquaman figures. We have a total of 11 of them so far. Didn't realize they'd released so many. Here they are, next to a Noble Toys Bendy figure Aquaman. Then, with my DC Direct Aquaman figures. Then, with my Mattel Aquaman figures. Here are all of the Aquaman figures that I have in the 6 and 7 inch scale. I have a lot, but there are a ton that I don't have as well. Now let's check them out, next to some other McFarlane Aquaman supporting characters. Here they are, next to Storm and Aqualad, a couple of Aquaman's trusty sidekicks. And here, with some McFarlane Aquaman villains. We have a couple versions of Oastmaster, King Kordax, Sunken Citadel Pirate, Drowned, and then a couple versions of Black Manta. Now let's check him out next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is with the rest of his wave, the JLA wave collector build Plastic Man. We have both the blue and platinum chase red versions of Superman, two fully completed versions of Plastic Man, both the regular and platinum Aquaman, black suit Batman, and then the regular and platinum John Stewart Green Lantern. Here they are, next to the Target exclusive Cassandra Cain Batgirl and Arrival. And here they are, next to the most recent Batman wave. We have both the red and blue platinum chase variant of Azrael as Batman armor, the black and gray Nightfall Batman, and the regular and platinum Detective Comics first appearance Batman. Then, next to the most recent Page Butcher wave, Superman Ghosts of Krypton, we have both the regular and armored platinum chase Val Zod, the armored Superman, Ghost of General Zod, and the regular and platinum Brainiacs. And now, with the digital wave, the Silver Age Hal Jordan Green Lantern, DC Rebirth Batman, and DC Classics Aquaman. Here they are, next to the Amazon exclusive Kilowog and Kyle Rayner Green Lantern 2-pack. And finally, next to the Walmart exclusive Wally West Flash and Vampire Nightwing. Now let's check them out, next to some other action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which lines you can mix them with. Since they're McFarlane toys, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the large action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller. But first, let's check them out with some of the McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures, and some DST or Diamond Select toys. And here, next to a deck of playing cards. And here they are, with some DC Direct and NECA figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, with some SH Figure Arts and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, these are some cool Aquaman figures. In particular, if you're trying to build a 90s version of the Justice League. I do like the hook for a hand. I was raised in the 90s. That was the Justice League Unlimited version. That was the version of the comics. They were making him tough and badass, and I appreciate that. But I still think I prefer the Justice League Endless Winter version of Aquaman as my main default modern Aquaman figure. It's just a normal Aquaman, got both hands, he can hold a trident, etc. It is annoying that he has a fisted hand, not a gripping hand. Don't get me wrong, a fisted hand can be useful to fight, but the hook can't hold anything. I would have picked a gripping hand. It'd be cool having him hold the trident and the hook at the same time. The figure has really absolutely no accessories. Yeah, the Plastic Man parts, the display stand collector's car, blah, blah, all that junk. But nothing for him. His articulation, it's fine, everything you expect from a modern McFarlane figure. The sculpt paint job, pretty nice. Would have been nice if the scales were textured on the side of the legs. But I understand, they're just reusing the old Aquaman legs. If I were to rate these figures, I'd probably give the normal version a 7 out of 10, and then the other one maybe a 6.5. I actually prefer the normal one to the Platinum Chase variant on Aquaman and on John Stewart. Superman, I don't really have a preference. You kind of have to have both of them to make that work. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.